What's up, guys? Welcome to the Best Seat in the House, episode 2. And today I want to talk about a few things in wrestling that really upset me and need serious changes. And the first one being the fact that WWE, though it might be the biggest wrestling company in the world, I feel like it's a company that has too much talent, because it's hard, I should say, to figure out who deserves to be pushed and who is just a mid-carder and who's the main eventer. Now, the big names like AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, the names slip my mind at the moment, but I feel like it's hard for WWE to provide us with quality programming, because there's too many wrestlers to pick from, really, because if you think about it, you get 7 to 8 hours of programming a week, because if you consider NXT, SmackDown Live, and Raw, all three of the brands have to have a quality lineup, and it's hard to know who to push and who needs to be at the mid-card and stuff like that. So I feel like there's too much talent, and yes, it's good to dominate your competition, but I feel like competition is also a good thing, especially in the wrestling business, because if you remember back when the Monday Night War was going on, there was always quality matches to watch, and because they have so much talent now, it's hard to provide all the time. It's hard to provide all the time. It's hard to provide quality matches on a consistent basis, because, like I said, people are getting pushed that definitely deserve. People are getting pushed that I feel don't deserve to be pushed at this point. And the number one guy that comes to mind, and I'm sure I'm not the only one saying this, is Roman Reigns. But I feel like he's always getting pushed to the point where it makes me want to vomit. He's getting pushed. How many different guys are you going to put him with in order to try and get him over? It's just ridiculous when you think about it. How many shots do you give one guy, and no matter how hard you try, the fans will never really accept Roman Reigns as the guy, because there's a whole line of other people that could be the guy if they were pushed right. Like I said, Roman Reigns is not the guy, just a guy, as John Cena said on this past week's Raw. He's just a guy in a long list of superstars that deserve to get pushed. And another one that comes to mind that was used totally in the wrong way was Austin Aries. Austin Aries, in every other company that he's been in, has been a main event star, and they totally used him the wrong way. Now, I personally liked his commentary style, but since I didn't really get to hear a lot of it, maybe it was just a case of liking the fact that there was a slight change in delivery from Austin Aries, and because that he was only he was only really utilized in, I believe, one or two feuds during his WWE career. I feel like they totally dropped the ball with him. I feel like they could have done so much more with Austin Aries, and a lot of the cruiserweights are being used in the utilized in the wrong way, because when you specify them as cruiserweights, you limit the amount of superstars that they can have matches with. And how many times do you want to see Neville against Rich Swann? Now, don't get me wrong, that's a great match, one or two times, but a little variety never killed anybody. So I feel like when you have cruiserweights and you limit them as far as the matchups they can have, you're limiting the potential of not only a whole division, but you're limiting them because you're saying they can only fight guys that weigh 200 pounds or less, basically. And I feel like they need to get rid of the cruiserweight division, not necessarily the wrestlers, just get rid of the division so that they can potentially be superstars that are given the right push. And when you limit them by giving them their own 200 pound weight class, you're limiting them because who knows if AJ Styles wouldn't be a good cruiserweight, but because he's such a main event star and he should stay that way, you're putting him in matchups that we've seen before and are getting repetitive, and thus you will lose viewers because they see the same shit every week, almost 3 times a week, when you consider the fact that you have 3 main brands: NXT, SmackDown Live, and Raw. Now, honestly, I only watch